to family attorneys. The Department of Justice is now investigating the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery. Arbery was shot and killed while running through a Brunswick neighborhood in February. Gregory and Travis McMichael were facing charges of felony murder, as is William Roddy Bryan, who recorded the incident. Archie New-Her has more on the DOJ's new decision.
The attorney for Ahmaud Arbery's family says the last few days have been full of updates. The latest news, Lee Merritt says, comes as a big relief for the family after meeting with the Department of Justice and the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District, Bobby Christine.
There's a criminal and civil investigation ongoing involving not only the men who murdered Ahmaud Arbery, but the state agents who may have participated or conspired in some other way.
Those state agents, Merritt says, include two DAs, Brunswick DA Jackie Johnson and Waycross DA George Barnhill. Both chose not to arrest Travis and Gregory McMichael after the shooting and then recused themselves from the case. Merritt says another big piece, the DOJ is also investigating the shooting as a hate crime. Getting to this point, Merritt says, is a big step for Arbery's parents.
Everyone has been very supportive. Everyone has been very focused on investigating the entirety of the claim. This has been in sharp contrast to what Wanda Cooper and Marcus Arbery had experienced prior to that tape going public.
Merritt says they weren't told whether charges were coming soon, but having the federal government look into the agencies involved addressed major concerns Arbery's family has.
We were given assurance that was being looked into, and that was a major concern for Wanda Cooper.
Merritt says that criminal and civil investigation into the state agencies includes the police.